Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to Triple Aqua from the West. I'm Mermaid Christy Ann, and today I want to talk to you about matching your energy and how important it is to match your energy. And what I mean by that is you're going to be surrounded by people all of the time, family members, friends, acquaintances, neighbors, co-workers, and in some instances we can't really detach ourselves completely because obviously it's family, it's coworkers and things like that, but you can match your energy to people. And what I mean by that is if you're around people and they are not matching your vibration, well then find something else to do. Take your energy elsewhere. Decide to venture over here, and what you do is you have basically set down invisible boundaries in a way, why not just removing your energy. And what that does is it opens up for more people and more energies like you to come in, because you have passed the test, because you knew that what they were doing was not nice, was maybe immoral, was maybe dark, on the darker energy. Doesn't mean they're bad people now. You know, we've talked about this before in other videos, but when you are around people that make you feel not good about yourself or not good about the situation or uncomfortable, that is not matching with your vibration. And it's like that old saying, we teach people how to treat us. It's the same thing with energy. If we allow that in, then we are basically matching their energy. But you're in control. You are in control of your book. Your book of life, your novel. So you are able to attract whatever and write about whatever characters you want. If you want this character in the next chapter because it make you feel good, then put that character in your next chapter. If not, well then maybe they were just in your life for that one chapter, or maybe you'll circle around again, or maybe you just need a break and maybe you'll bring them back in I don't know, chapter 7 and you're only on chapter 2. So just a fun little way to put that out there and explain it. But what we let in is what we attract. So when we energetically say, it's not what I want, and that doesn't line up with me, the universe will say, well, good job, you did good. We'll send you more people that are gonna line up with your energy. And it's been happening to me. Like we're in quarantine, but yeah, you know, like I try to go at least one day a week, go to like a pool or just like a beach, and I meet people all the time, and it's just like amazing how energy, God, source, your guides, they bring you the right people that are actually, they know what you're talking about. They are lined up with you, or they're like, oh, we're just having that conversation, or, you know, we're just talking about this the other day, and hey, weren't we just da-da-da, or it's funny you say that because blah, blah, blah. And it's because you're energetically running on a certain vibration. So when other people around you are not on that vibration, you're gonna know right away, because it's not gonna feel good. And, you know, a lot of times, they'll say negative things to you, or they say things that, you know, that you don't agree with, or morally it's not something that you would put up with. So you know, because it doesn't make you feel good. And it's not like they're like saying, hey, I noticed that you were a little put off by that. I'm sorry, did I offend you? And if I did, you know, let's talk about it. You know, especially the people that kind of just sweep that under the rug, they're most likely gonna do it again. And you give people a chance to basically be consistent, but if they consistently continue to do those same things, well then it's time for you to send new energy out and to match it, to be able to attract and match that energy to what resonates for you. You know, we are in charge, and we are responsible for what and who we attract into our life. A lot of times people think that, you know, oh, this person did this to me, or that person did that to me. But we, in a way, because we're blind and we don't want to see it, we let things happen. But when you're woke, and I'm talking about not just awakening and having a little awakening or having your first awakening, because you're kind of teeter-totter back and forth, and you're like, yeah, I know that was wrong, why did I do that, and now I don't feel good about myself, and you go back and forth. But when you're woke, you're like, oh crap, don't like that, I did wrong, okay, it's not going to happen to me again, and you fix it, and you don't repeat the cycles, you don't continue to go in the karmic trench. So we are going to, I did a video just a little bit ago, and then my sister Tally called. Sorry, Tally, I had a, I'm on a roll here, so I didn't want to get your call, but I will call you back after this. So, yeah, by the way, my father's doing fine. I think I talked about that in the other video. He just called me a little bit ago. So thank you all for everyone who's been asking me and sending me texts. But yeah, so earlier it was so perfect. I had already gone through 3 decks and every card was spot on, but Source always has a way of like doing the exact same thing and giving you exactly what you need. And this is perfect. This is perfect. This is what happens here, You get your 9 of Cups, right? You're gonna feel like when you're around these people that you have your 9 of Cups, it's not your 10 of Cups. You're missing that 1 cup. Maybe the cup is behind that curtain or something, but your arms are crossed. Yeah, you're happy, but you're still missing something. So if you constantly feel like that around people, or they're not making you feel completely fulfilled, and that you want 10 of Cups, well then go after your 10 of Cups. Go after your bliss, your fulfillment, what makes you happy, because you are in charge of that novel that you're writing, and sometimes we want to hold on tightly to things that are no longer serving us, and we're possessive about it, or we, sometimes energies that aren't aligning with you are possessive over you, and they like your energy because it makes them feel good, but then they're not doing the same to you, so it's not equally reciprocated. Well, that's not fair. So whether you're a person that's holding on to someone, but you're not being fair, well, you have to give what you're receiving, because that's what's only right. And if not, that person that's giving is going to get to a point they're like, it's exhausting, it's emotionally draining. So they'll go off, and then they'll find people that are going to pour into them, and then they're going to give you that energy that you need, that you put out, that makes you feel good, and it makes you feel like you're glowing. You want to be around people that make you feel like you're glowing, that you're happy, and not people that are going to make you feel yucky or icky or sad or upset or off balance in any way, because all of our vibration is really important. What we put out there, we affect one another energetically, even though we don't know it, we do. So walk away from things that are no longer serving you. You see this guy, he's like, I'm taking my swords, I'm leaving, and he's like tiptoeing out of there, just sneaking out. Walk away from energies that don't serve you. If they're not matching you, walk away. Remove yourself, excuse yourself. You don't have to be ugly about it, you don't have to be rude, but you don't have to sit and swallow that jagged little pill. That's not fair to you. Especially if you're a person that's really high vibing and it's really just wants to be on a very peaceful plane, and look at things that are out of beauty and not out of negative, or not from low vibing or dark energy. And it doesn't mean like people are bad because they do that. They're just still needing to work that stuff out, and you've just already, you've moved on from that. So you're somewhere else, and you want to stay between 2 worlds, the 3D world and the 5D, and it feels really, really, really good, and you're able to balance that out. Well, find people that are vibing at the same vibration as you, because if not, what's going to happen is you're just going to constantly be in conflict. There's going to be, people around you just arguing, just not agreeing with you, maybe gossiping or whatever, and so because maybe you're that square, you're not fitting in. It's okay. Being by yourself is not a bad thing. It's a great thing. And like I said, you will have that energy that lines up with you. And we're gonna pull now from the mystical, yeah, wisdom oracle deck. And so, you know, we tend to sometimes start relationships with people, and you know, they seem to be a certain way, and then slowly but surely they'll change, and you know, but you've stayed consistent, or even better, you've continued to level up and just, you know, get better at what you do. And you know, that's a great thing, and it's not a bad thing that they're not doing that, but you need to be around people that are equally yoked with you, that are making you feel good, that are going to make you sparkle, they're going to make you shine, they're going to make you feel like you're glowing from the inside out. Not like you're sitting around people and you are glowing on the inside, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know, someone deflated your, you know, your perfect little bubble there. They just popped your bubble. Don't let people rain on your parade. Do not let them cast their shadow on top of you, because that's not what you're about. You're light, and you should always walk around sunny and happy. Life throws us, you know, God, source, universe throws us things that we can't handle, like an illness or death or something like that in the family, and God forbid it's yourself. But, you know, be fierce, discover your courage. We get this dragon card a lot, and I feel like source is telling us something, you know, be that fearless, courageous, mystical, magical creature that maybe people don't understand and maybe people fear, but that's okay. Because you're meant to be different. You're meant to stand out. You're not meant to be the same as everybody else. You know, if we were all the same, we would get so bored about, you know, hang out with each other. If we all look the same, we would get so tired of staring at each other. But be around people that are your people, even if they're quirky and weird like you. But if they're making you shine, and they're making you happy, and they believe in your dreams, and they also respect you. They respect your dreams. They respect your vision, especially if you're somebody that's an authority of any kind of sorts. You want especially people that are supporting you to be just that, supportive of you. And then we have confrontation, pick your battles wisely. And that's the whole thing. You do want to pick your battles wisely. So most of the time, I would always say, walk away and pray. Think about it. Mull it over. A lot of times I feel like I'm in the twilight zone when I'm around people, and sometimes it's people that know, I'm sorry if I keep scratching my head, but it's like, I feel like I'm lit up right now. Especially if it's people that, and if you get the spiritual chills, you know what I'm talking about. It's people that know your standards and know what you're about, but then they constantly do things that you might not appreciate, or might make you upset, or might make you feel like you have to reprimand, or whatever the case is. That is that's a time where, you know, you need to reflect and yes, pick your battles, and, you know, and choose them wisely. There's so many beautiful things in this card. There's the swan, and, you know, I think of the swan as like that ugly duckling, you know, people didn't think it was going to amount to anything, and it turned out to be this gorgeous, beautiful thing. And people underestimated the swan. So maybe you're a swan, and people underestimated you and the beauty that you have within you that came out, you know, from the inside out. And then, you know, there's a dragon again. And then it looks like some kind of, like, I don't know, big old cat. I don't know if it's a tiger or what, but, you know, strong, fierce creatures, unicorn, all of these magical things. And, you know, when you are woke and you know that there's so many beautiful things out there, you want to be surrounded by all that magic all the time, and all that mystery, and all those things that make you feel good, because you have tapped into your inner child, and your inner child is innocent. And that's another reason why you don't like the dark energy, because it feels yucky. And so, because you're tapped into your innocence again. And it doesn't mean you're perfect, heck no. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to fall short. However, you're vibing at a different frequency. It's just this frequency of love and compassion, and you will have compassion for these people. And that's why you do pick your battles and you choose them wisely, because you know that when you're around energies that aren't vibing with you, you know that it's not a good time to just, like, you know, unless it's really, really, really necessary or it's really out of line, then you have to nip it, then nip it. But you'll know when it's the right time to talk about it. So this is awesome. I'm so glad we got that. And then I'm going to pull from this Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck. And I love this card because I've talked about this before. You know, you've got the Hermit and, you know, all the different colors of the chakra. And it's just a hermit's journey, you know. And that's what it is when you had your big awakening and you keep having your awakenings. You're that hermit. You go inside and you meditate and you reflect and you play it all back, word by words, section by section. And you're like, well, what did I do to make this situation go like that? How did I play a part in it? And so you're basically taking accountability, and the worldly things are not important to you that like they once were when you let your ego run everything because you were so 3D based. But when you're awake, you're about the 5D things that are so pretty, and that there's no room for dark. There's no room for that energy. Although we can all tap into the dark whenever we want. However, when you're awake, you don't want to. You want to try hard to stay balanced. I'm sorry if it's a little dark in here. Maybe I should scoot up a little bit. It is kind of later in the day, and don't have very good lighting here. But yeah, so match your energy. Do not match other people's energy. You know, it's almost hard to match anybody's energy because you see things clearer when you're woke. I know a lot of people don't like that term, but I kind of like it because that's exactly what it is. Like, you are like, your eyes are about to pop out of your head. You see things so differently. And you do. You feel like you're in the Twilight Zone sometimes. You're just like, what? Like, so I'm just going to take, one doesn't fly out. I'll take whatever goes on the, oh, there we go. All right. And that's exactly what it is. You have like impartiality. You know, you're like, you're not angry when this happens. You're just like really impartial because you know that it doesn't make you feel balanced, and it doesn't make you feel good. You're kind of just like stuck in that little limbo when you're around other energies that are not equally yoked with you, and you just kind of know that you need to make some kind of a decision. At some point you come to like an impasse, like a crossroads. And then, you know, what you don't want is despondence. And you see the one person, you know, that the one person's looking up at the other one, not very happy. Well, obviously this person's thriving, this person's glowing, this person attracts abundance. I mean, look at that. She's so fertile and she attracts abundance and fertile, and she's just like on top of her game. She's like a goddess. And this is how you feel, you know, and so you don't want to be around this. You don't want to be around this despondence, because this person still has a lot of work to do. You know, they need to go through their stuff and work it out. So one of the things, I had made some notes, you know, this is going to happen in all your relationships. So be choosy, you know, pick your friends like you pick your fruit. And as far as your family members go, you can limit your time with them if you feel like they're weighing heavy on your soul. And, you know, you want to stay in that same energy because you're going to attract that same energy. And be compassionate towards others that aren't in that energy, because a lot of times they don't realize it, or they do. And then, you know, I'm sure that they're going through their own things to try to fix it. So we don't want to be judgmental about it. And so try to make those positive connections, because you are being positive and you're radiating all of that high vibration. What else? Basically, you know, you're going to align yourself with the correct energy, and universe is going to align you with the correct energy, because they want you to keep ascending. They want you to keep having your awakenings, because our brains can only take so much. It's a lot to digest. And if you've had like your big awakening, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So now we're going to pull from the tarot, the Illuminati tarot, and then I think I'm going to close this out, because I think I got the point across. If you haven't watched the last two videos, watch those. They kind of go hand in hand with this, but this one's a little different because You are in charge of matching your energy. Don't change, don't mold yourself to other people's energies because it's gonna make them feel good, or you're gonna fit in, or they've been friends with you for a long time. If you're not radiating at that energy, then you're just not, and you're not going to be able to force it. You know, you want to feel, you know, sunny. You know, this sun, there's another sun in the deck that's really, really bright. This one looks a little gloomy. So you don't want to feel like this and, you know, have people weighing heavy on your soul. That's not what you want, you know. And, you know, this is a 6 of Wands, and this person is swimming away from everything that no longer serves them. And that's exactly how it is, you know. Swim away, move away from energies that no longer serve you. You don't have to be rude about it. You can just excuse yourself. Or next time you're invited, maybe just do something else and not be around that. And give people an opportunity, because sometimes people reflect and they come back stronger. But if it's a habitual offender of the same thing over and over and over again, there's a point where you've given that energy more opportunities than the universe should allow. And at one point or one time in this entire matrix, you're going to say to yourself, this isn't fair to me, because I've been consistent. I've been the person to make this person feel great about themselves, to make them feel shiny and glowing and inside and the outside. And then I constantly have to feel like I'm reprimanding a toddler or whatever the case is, and it's weighing heavy on you. So swim away, move away, take your passion, your wand, creativity, and all that good stuff, and move away. Go towards the sun. Leave all those clouds in the back. Leave all that stuff that doesn't work, you know, because what happens is, you know, you will be the Queen of Swords to a lot of people, and the Queen of Swords doesn't put up with anybody's crap. They nip it, they cut it off. They're a truth seeker. You know, the sword is about honest, truthful communication. And it's also about spiritual communication and knowing things from a higher dimension and being okay to voice your opinion about it when you have to. But again, it's like, you know, the pick your battles card. You know, the Queen of Swords knows when to use her sword and when not to, you know. And you don't want to be in the 9 of Swords energy, because if you don't do that, this is where you're going to be, you know, thinking and contemplating and not happy, and, you know, sleepless nights because you've made the wrong decisions by either letting the wrong energy in or being the wrong energy. You are the author of your own novel, so every chapter you can rewrite your story. So if you are responsible for this, or someone else is responsible for this, it's like, I think I was saying in the last video, I don't think it was this one, the one that cut out, but I love Labyrinth. My sister Tally and I used to watch it growing up, and with David Bowie, and there's one part in the movie where, you know, she basically was under a spell, and she says she finally got it, and she says, you have no power over me. And then that was it. It was just like everything changed, and, you know, and she basically snapped out of this. And you know, the hold that he had over her, but she had the control the entire time. But she let her fear, she let, like, even trying to let other influences around her manipulate her. Don't do that, because she had to go through so much hardship, and she had to be deceived, and she had to be hurt before she finally was like, I'm in control, I have the power, I'm going to attract the energy that I want, and this is not working for me. I don't have time for this. And that's exactly what happens. Match your energy to the energy that you want, because you're not going to have time for all of that stuff, and you shouldn't have to. Everyone is on a journey. And when you finally had your great awakening and you're woke and you're ascending, you know what your mission is. You know what you need to do. So you don't have time for the nonsense, basically. So we have 6 of Cups here. I love 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is nostalgic. It's usually, sometimes it's talking about like relationships from past lives, and you know, faded. And you are going to line up with the people that are that are those relationships where it's going to be a give and take, where you have nostalgia, you have good memories with these people. You know, it might not have been in this lifetime, but those energies will come in because they are your people, and so you will line up with them. Just stay steady on your course and make sure that you are, you know, matching your energy to what you want, not the other way around. Don't let anybody manipulate your energy, and stand your ground. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you will like, share, and subscribe. And remember, keep swimming towards your dreams. Bye.